Hey everybody, Coldar here. We are finally at rank 6, and things are starting to heat up. We're going to fight a crazy blue tie-dye bird guy. We're going to fight a walking tank shield man with some goblins on his shoulders like some demented pirate. We're going to fight Akama, not the punctuation mark, like Akama from Black Temple. You know, weird looking dude. I don't know where he's been, but he's back. And we're going to fight an insane giraffe who destroys amazing amounts of face and basically turns time and space in upon itself. It's ridiculous. So let's get to it. All right, first up we have Yikkan Izu, or something like that. I'm terrible with pronunciation. It's a bird, though. It's a blue bird. And he has a bird posse with him. So you're probably used to seeing people ride him as a mount, but in this case, you have to beat him up, and he's a lot bigger. So the posse that he's with are these little bastards, and they hit really hard. So I recommend immediately killing them all right away. If you tank all four of those little birds and the boss, you're going to take a lot of damage really quickly. So you might want to use a survival cooldown at the beginning even, since you start with four of them. AE them down quickly if you can. And then you'll see that he slowly spawns new birds throughout the fight. So just kill them off about as fast as they spawn. The other thing you need to do is interrupt him when he casts Disorienting Shriek. If you don't do that, he will disorient you for 6 seconds. And that's bad. So you can interrupt it directly, or you can stun him as well, and that will suffice. So that's it. He's not too difficult, and yeah, he's a bird. All right, let's check out the next fight. All right, next up we have Mr. Punctuation, Akama, and he is an enhancement shaman, so he will spawn some wolves that do a fair bit of damage. I didn't actually notice the wolves because I'm blind and my nameplate for them is very indistinct. But you can kill them. I saw a lot of people do this fight and they focused on killing the wolves right away. I didn't focus on them and it seemed alright. So I don't know. It's up to you. And unfortunately this footage ends for some reason before the fight ends. So I apologize for that. But it was basically more of the same. So you can interrupt a few of his spells. You can stun him. You can kill his wolves. If you have survival issues, you should probably kill the wolves. But if you have like any sort of pet that you can taunt them with, then that works just as fine. And Akama doesn't have very much health, and he doesn't do a great deal of damage, so I don't think you'll have much trouble if you interrupt Shadow Strike. And that's it. Akama pretty easy. So let's check out the third fight. Next up we have Mr. Smash Hoofstomp. Great name. And he is a tank, or basically a giant shield and a giant hammer, and he's got goblin parrots. I can't tell if they're his friends. Oh, actually they look like they're captive. So that's okay then. I'm down with this. So he's pretty easy. You want to immediately kill the goblins on his shoulders. I don't really know why, but they have low health, and it seems like you're doing them a favor, putting them out of their misery. So for now, that's the official strategy. Share it. Anyway, he will do Shield Waller fairly often. You can see he just blocks attacks from his front 180-degree arc, and you just run around the back of him, keep attacking him. He'll also do Hoofstomp pretty frequently, which you can't stop. It's just a knockback and physical damage. So he's stunnable and he hits pretty hard, but he has a lot of these special attacks, like the Shield Waller, that will delay his attack sequences. So you have a lot of time to heal up between his attack sequence. So while he will do quite a bit of damage to you during the attacks, you have, that gap where you can just heal yourself with a few abilities, or hell, even bandage yourself, I guess. So it didn't seem like that big of a deal. And yeah, you can see goblins die really fast, so take them down. Alright, that's Smash Hoofstomp. Who knows? He was easy. Let's check out the next and final boss, our rank 6 champion. Alright, finally we have Unguloxx, the terrifyingly named giraffe of Doom. So this guy is serious business. He was by far the closest I came to death leading up to this point of anything. Like, I didn't have much trouble with any of them prior to this part in the rankings, but this guy hit crazy hard, and I even knew what to expect. Like, I looked into the fights and tried to prepare, and I knew he hit hard. So even then, I nearly die a few times. It's ridiculous how much damage he does. So, granted, I have fairly low armor as a monk, but you can see he's hitting me for above 80,000 every swing, and it just adds up fast. So if you're fighting this guy and you hear like a suction vacuum sound, that's probably your guts being ripped out from your insides, and you should have it bandaged at least, or put an ointment on it maybe. I don't know. As for tactics, cooldowns, plan to prolong the fight as long as possible. He does not have a lot of health, so at the beginning you can see I create my monk teleport and throw down a few healing orbs at one end. And this is just because I'm preparing so that when I get low, I can go over there. So I also am glyphed for automatic parry while I'm channeling Fists of Fury. So I channel that when I get low, and then I teleport between his melee swings to get to my orbs, heal myself up quite a bit, and buy myself time for a couple cast heals before he gets back into melee range. And then once he's back in melee range, then I use my big personal cooldown, which is basically just a 100% absorb of my health. And that buys me enough time to finish him off. So obviously it depends a lot on your class and spec what you're going to do, but you absolutely need strong survival cooldowns to take this guy's damage. You know, if you're weaker DPS class, but you can get any form of distraction. So like, DPS Druid could get symbiosis from a mage, do mirror images, or something like that. Or a Warlock, summon a massive number of pets. Even if they only take 1 or 2 hits each, that's probably all the time you need. You just really have to buy yourself some time, because he's going to go crazy. Now, he might be snareable. I didn't actually test it, because I'm retarded. But if that's the case, then that's probably a viable strategy as well. As long as you don't wait too long, you have 2 minutes for the Berserk itself. You can probably kite him around. But again, I didn't test it. I don't know if he actually can be snared. But since he can be stunned, it's possible. So that is Unguloxx. If you can get him down, then you are the rank 6 champion, and you've earned rank 7. And you're now able to invite someone. Woohoo! All right, let's check out the next video for the rank 7 fights.